Hello and welcome to Paper Plays Julie K.
Thanks so much for stopping by and checking out my latest video. And today I have another thrift store haul video to share with you guys. I had some people tell me that they really enjoyed watching my last ones that I had, and so I decided to share with you guys again. And every couple weeks I usually stop by a couple different thrift stores, and my mom also shops at thrift stores and gives me some things. And so I just pick up stuff whenever I see it on sale. And luckily, the store where our lake is, they sell stuff relatively cheap. And then they also each week have something 50% off. So a lot of times I find really good deals on things when they are 50% off. And so I have a fairly big haul to share with you guys today of some different things that I found over the past month at some different thrift stores. And the first thing that I was really excited by that I found at one of the thrift stores are these tart tins. And they did come in the original box. And I don't know if you guys go on Pinterest and you search like Christmas ornaments with tins, you're going to see a lot of really cute ornaments that you can make with these little tart tins. And originally whoever was selling them, they were selling them for $3, and they actually have the real recipe on there, and they're from Sweden. But the thrift store that I went to, they sold them for $2.50, and they had them kind of with their vintage stuff. But I still thought $2.50 was a pretty good deal, and it does contain, I can't remember how many the box said were in there, but it does have all of them in there. So 24 pieces. So there are 24 pieces in here, but so you guys, definitely I will be making some Christmas ornaments with these, but I was really excited. So this is my favorite find from the past month at the thrift store, was these little tarts. And again, just search Christmas ornaments on Pinterest and you will find some different ornaments that people have made with the little tart tins. My next great big deal for junk journals that I found at the thrift store, and I could not believe it, are the time cards. Lately it seems like everybody's using time cards in their junk journals, and I think you could probably go to someplace like Office Max or you know, Amazon and order time cards. But this one you get 400 time cards, and then I'll show you guys how much I paid for this. 50 cents. 50 cents for all those time cards. Can you believe that? What a deal. So that was my other really great deal for my junk journal finds, was these time cards. And then this was the next thing that I thought was interesting and really pretty. I'm not quite sure what it originally was. It does look vintage, and I paid $1 for it. And our thrift store had it in with where they sell the doilies. But that's what it looks like. And I don't know what it's for. I mean, the middle was already cut out, so I don't know if it's like a dress or scarf, and maybe you put like a, and it went over like a candle thing. I'm not quite sure. So maybe someone out there knows exactly what this was used for. But it's really pretty. I'll hold it up close. You can just see it's very intricate pattern. And it looks vintage, whatever it is. And it is some sort of cotton material is what it feels like. But really pretty. And I'll be able to use it on some fabric and lace project. I mean, I think you could easily use that as to frame something. It might be kind of hard to really hide this and put other layers over it just because it is so intricate and it's really pretty. But so if anybody knows what that piece is for sure, let me know. All I can do is guess. I was just thinking like I said, maybe it went over and you put like a candle thing in the middle or something. That was all I could think of, but I'm not even sure. Or if there was something in the middle that got cut out of it, I'm not sure. But I paid $1 for that. I just thought it was interesting and it was really pretty. The next item I picked up, just again for junk journals, this was 50 cents, but just a deck of cards, and it looks like kind of some vintage 1950s Santa Clauses. And so I picked those up. I just thought that would be fun for junk journals, you know, to do some Christmas ones, use them for Christmas stuff. So I picked those up. And then also for my junk journaling stuff, I picked up this book. Our thrift store sells the hardbacks for 75 cents. And this one was called Dickens' Christmas Story. So it does have like the Scrooge story in here, but it has a couple other Christmas stories in here. So I can be able to use those pages for some Christmas junk journaling. And then our thrift store also has a great deal on their Reader's Digest, the ones with the fun covers. I know a lot of people just make their junk journals and they'll maybe just put a title and just leave it as is. And the main reason why I picked up this one, I've picked up a lot of these in the past. Our thrift store has them really cheap. They sell these 10 cents each for the Reader's Digest ones. But this one has Alice in Wonderland in it. And at some point down the road, I really want to do an Alice in the Wonderland junk journal. And so it would be fun to use some of these pages in that junk journal. So I picked it up for that reason. Again, our thrift store, like I said, they have great deals on the Reader's Digest books. They're 10 cents each. So the next finds, I know people were always interested in the doilies that I find at the thrift store. So here's my little doily pile. And this first set, I paid $1.60 for. And whoever originally was selling them, they said it was 16 coasters for $2. I still thought it was a good deal for at $1.60, but they're all like little Battenberg type doilies. These ones look like they could be coasters. But for under $2 for all of those, I thought that was kind of a good find on those. And then the rest of these I did pick up when they were half off, when our thrift store had their little linen section in the back of the store half off. So all these, so they say 50 cents, I only paid $0.25 for them. But some nice larger size doilies. So there's that one. See, this one original price was 50 cents, and this one's more of a little bit longer type one like that, where you could cut it up, or you can, you know, maybe leave it as is and use it on like a journal or a book and fold it over that way. Here's a cotton one, and this one was 50 cents originally, so $0.25 is all I paid for that one. And this one was 50 cents originally too. This one's a little bit heavier thread. Oh, and this one's shaped like a heart. So $0.25 I paid for that one. Here's just kind of another long square one. And they gave me that one. This one didn't have a price tag. Sometimes in their back, they just have them all in a basket. And then they just charge me whatever everything else is at the time. So I think I paid $0.25 for that one. Here's kind of a store-bought one. Original price was 50 cents, but I paid $0.25 for that one too. A big one. Just kind of a nice background one. Paid $0.25 again for this one too. Just a little bit smaller one. And this one I ended up paying $0.25 also, as they had it marked 50 cents for that one. Here's more of a little intricate one. And that one they had $1, so I paid 50 cents for that one. And just some, you know, these store-bought ones I ended up paying $0.25 for all of those ones. And then they had a purple one also, and so I ended up paying $0.25 for that one too. So some good finds on the doilies this past month at the thrift store, especially when you can get them at half off. I know we also have a little small antique store in the town where I find them this cheap, and it's funny because the antique store has a lot of very similar doilies, but they sell them for like $4 or $5 each. And it's just funny because you can walk over to the thrift store and get them for next to nothing. So I thought this was interesting, and they had this also in with the doilies, and I picked it up just because I still kind of want to do that gypsy book. And I don't know if this will end up in it or not, but I just thought it was pretty if I were to do that. And so I ended up only paying 50 cents for it. It originally was $1. But just kind of some embroidery work on a little thing. It's kind of, said it might work for that, you know, for the back page or the back cover or even the cover if I do decide to use that. Or you could also just cut it out and use just the frame part too. So not quite sure, but it caught my eye, so I picked that up. Our store also has a ton of like little table scarves that they sell and pillowcases. And so here was some of the little dresser scarves or table scarves that I picked up. And again, the room was 50% off. So original price was $2. So I got this one for $1. And this one is hand done, little table scarf, where they've embroidered the little flowers. It is a fairly long one, so I'm not going to open it all the way up. But again, Again, you can use it for making a linen and lace type book, or even just cutting out the little pieces. So I have that one that I found. And these ones just $1, so I paid 50 cents. Just another little bit longer one, and this one just has the little cut work on the sides of that. But if you were to do a linen and lace book, I mean, you can easily, this might be a little big for that, fold it in half, but you might be able to fold it up and do one this way and cut it down the middle, and then just use that part as part of the page, so you can make 2 covers out of this one if you wanted to. So again, I ended up paying 50 cents for that one after the discount. This one was a table cover, $1, so I got charged 50 cents for it, and it's a big square. And I'll just hold up so you can kind of see the little cut pieces that are in this one. So I thought that was a pretty good deal on that one. And then another table scarf. This one was originally $1, and I paid 50 cents for it, and so that's what that one looks like. And it's only decorated on that one side. But I thought that was kind of neat, so for 50 cents. And then I lucked out at our thrift store. They had the pillowcases. Again, that whole room was half off. And they normally just charge you usually 50 cents for the pillowcases. But they had a lot of like the hand embroidered ones. And so I was able to pick those up for $0.25 for all the hand embroidered ones. So I thought that was really pretty. That pink one. Here's one in red. And I don't think this one was ever used. That last one was used. This one I don't think was ever used. It was just stored somewhere because it looks pretty new. But again, 50 cents for that. Or $0.25. 50 cents originally. I thought it was a good deal at 50 cents, but for $0.25 it's a steal. So here's another one. This one was just in blue. That one. So I thought that one was kind of pretty. I really like this one with the purple on it. And I can't believe, I got all these for $0.25. But lately I know a lot of people have been making junk journal covers out of these types of pillowcases and pieces. And so here was another pink one, kind of like that first one I showed you. I ended up with 2 like that. That one. So again, $0.25 for each of those. They obviously, some of them need to be washed. But I just wanted to show you guys what they were and before I take the tags off and wash them. Then here is another pillow sham. I just picked it up. I just thought that the material was interesting on this one for, again, so I was able to pick that one up for $0.25. Nothing real exciting, but, or actually, no, the shams are $1, so I picked that one up for 50 cents. But I liked the material on that one. So here's another white pillowcase with just the cut work. It was originally 50 cents, so I got it again for $0.25, but just some more of that little cut work in that one. And then this one I picked up, and I was able to get another pillow sham. So they were originally $1, and I got them for 50 cents. And I've already started on a linen and lace book, and I've already cut off just this part down here to use on it. But I just thought I really liked that lace on there, the look of that. And then, of course, this rest you can end up using for some sort of flowers or something, so it won't go to waste. Then the next couple things, I always look at the placemats and cloth napkins at our store. And again, that room was 50% off, so everything I got half off. So here I got 6 placemats. They were originally $3, so I got them for $1.50. And this one is a little stained, but the rest of them are fine. But I was just thinking again that this would just make a nice base layer, because I want to do some of those little envelopes or little pouch pockets where you just fold them like this, and these are still connected here. But then you would just fold it down, and then you would just layer your laces and stuff on top of them. So I just thought that would be nice little base layers. For $1.50, again, I got 6 of them, and just one of them was stained. So I'll have to see if I can get that out when I wash it. I found a set of purple napkins, and these are brand new. And these I did pay, original price, they had $3.99, so I paid like $2 for them, and there was 6 in there. And they even have the tag from wherever they originally were sold, someplace called the Blue Heron. It almost looks like they came from a company in Colorado, maybe. But again, I just thought they were pretty with the little crochet work on the side there. And then some more little napkins. These ones, they just charged 50 cents each, so I got them for $1. But just some more little cut work on those ones. I thought that was really pretty. So those two are exactly the same. And this one had a little basket cut work on it. And this one was probably a dress or scarf. Then these ones, 50 cents, and so these two are connected. They're kind of a pink color, and these are just little napkins. Again, just base layers for projects. Sometimes it's cheaper to buy stuff like this instead of going out and buying the material by the yards. This one they only charged me 30 cents for. Again, just as a base layer for a project. Here's some more pink ones, and so I paid 3 napkins. I paid 50 cents, so that was $1 I paid for those, for that set. I thought that was a really good deal. And this set, $1, and they're just some white ones. It looks like there's 6 in there. There's a little bit of embroidery, nothing real fancy on that one, but again, for that price, when I get them half off, it's a great deal. I did find a couple frames, and if you guys watch some of my crafting videos, you know I like to alter composition notebooks, and sometimes I'll use frames on the cover with an image underneath them. Or you can decorate a box with some frames, and so usually I take the frames apart. Like this one, I would just take this part off, and it comes off pretty easy. You can see that, and then I have a frame for 50 cents. So I picked up those two, and this one's plastics, I think, so this one I could easily paint over. This one's metal, so this one's a little bit heavier, but I just thought this was pretty, and if you painted it white, it would look very shabby. Then the store that we had these little Christmas decorative stamens, and I think I bought this one, the Christmas room. They have a Christmas room full of Christmas stuff, and they had the room half off, so I was able to get these for 10 cents, but the little stamens for when I decorate stuff with flowers, that's pretty cheap for those. And I picked these up. These caught my eye. Again, I was thinking a cover for a junk journal, and I will take them out of their frames and wash them because they are stained. And they were 50 cents each, but again, somebody hand embroidered all of those, and I just thought they were really cool. So I did pick those up, but those I am going to have to wash because they are very stained. Then the last little pile that I have to share with you guys, my hair is shedding, so I have hair all over this stuff, are some different tablecloths. And again, this was when the room was 50% off, so this one is a tablecloth. It was ended up being $1. It was $2, but this one does have a little bit of nice edging to it, and then it had some little pieces like this. And this one actually, if you can look, it's a spade, like from a card. So I presume this was meant for like a card table, because there's a heart and a diamond. Yeah, there's there's the heart for the shapes for the clubs and stuff for playing cards. So I presume this was just a tie down on a table for playing cards, like if the ladies got together and played cards or something. And I thought this one was really pretty. This one I paid, this one was $4, and it's brand new, and I paid $2 for it. But again, this one had some cut work on it. It's kind of a vintage cream color, and then just kind of a more taupe color embroidery on it with a little bit of cutout pieces on it. But it was a pretty big tablecloth, as you can see, so that was a pretty good deal. I actually might use that one before I craft with it. I might use it a couple of times before I craft with that one. I kind of like that one. Then the last couple things I bought were some valances. So $3. So back in that room, I got it for $1.50. And it kind of looked like vintage lace. But I was thinking, you know, if you make some of those little, they call them pocketbooks, or the little folders, that this would be kind of cool in there to make the pockets out of, possibly. Or even just a layer on something. But these were long valances. So I got those. And then the other valance that I picked up, which I thought this one, again, for the same thing, I was thinking to make one of those little pocketbooks or folder books. I thought this one was really cool because it had little teapots on it. And I picked, this one came with 2. and I just saw the price tag. So it was $2 for 2, and so I ended up picking this one up for $1. So I got $1 for 2 of them. But if you can kind of see that pattern right there, it's a little teapot. And then there's some little teacups. And I thought, wouldn't that be cute as a little pocketbook? You know, I'd probably cut off this part up here, or else you could weave some ribbon or something through there. And then you could stick whatever goodies you were sending to someone behind there. But if you were to cut it off a little bit, and then this would hang over the edge, that would make a really cute little pocket, I think, on something. And I just thought that was really cute with the teapot on there. So I just wanted to thank everybody so much for watching, and I do actually have one more like thrift store haul video for you guys, and it's actually a haul that my parents picked up at a couple of different rummage sales and thrift stores to share with you guys. So as soon as I get that recorded, I will share it with you guys. It was just too much to do all in this video because this video is already like 20 minutes long here. So, but I just wanted to share my recent finds, and if any of you guys know what this is, I would be curious to know what this originally was used for. Again, it's really pretty, and it does look kind of vintage. I don't know if it is or not, but it does look vintage. If anybody knows, I'd be curious to know what it is. So thanks again so much for watching. I hope you guys all have a wonderful day, and I hope to see you back. And hopefully I will have some of this stuff used in some different projects to share with you guys.